Hello, world. Welcome to episode 188 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It's a classic supercard retrospective. We are taking a look back at the 1993 WWF Royal Rumble. Let's talk about it. All right. It's a WWF event, obviously held January 24th, 1993, in Sacramento, California, from the Arco Arena. Attendance was 16,000. Aired live on pay per view, later released on VHS, courtesy of Coliseum Video. The action for this one was called by Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan. We have not one, but two title matches on this one, not to mention that little thing called the Royal Rumble itself. So let's talk about the show. All right. Our opening contest for the pay-per-view was a tag team contest. I mean, this seems to be a tradition with Rumbles to start off with tag matches during this time period. I think this is probably the third or fourth consecutive Rumble to start off with a tag match. This one features brothers versus fake brothers. As Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers take on Bo and Blake, the Beverly brothers. Um, that's actually Mike Enos and what was his name? It was Bloom. So Wayne Bloom, I think. Anyway, this one goes about 10 and a half minutes, with the Steiners taking the W in this one, thanks to a Frankensteiner. Next up, Sherry comes out to ringside for the next contest, which was the Intercontinental Championship matchup. His former partners, former friends now clash as Marty Jannetty is challenging the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, for the IC title here. Um, Sherry ends up getting involved on this one, turning on Shawn. Looks like she's going to be out there to help him. She turns on him. Ultimately, though, her interference ends up backfiring. She goes to hit Shawn with her shoe while the official is down, but misses and ends up hitting Marty instead. Shawn then capitalizes on this, hits sweet chin music for the 1, 2, 3 to retain the championship. Next up, Battle of the Big Men, as the Big Boss Man takes on Bam Bam Bigelow. A lot of B's in this one. Two really good big men and a really good contest. It's not too surprising, though, that Bigelow does end up picking up the win in this one, as this is his first really big featured match on a pay-per-view type card since returning to the Fed. So obviously they're trying to get him reestablished and re-over. So Bigelow gets the win here with his diving headbutt. And then next up, we have the actual WWF Championship match up. This is the first time the WWF title is on the line in a singles match at a Rumble. Champion Bret the Hitman Hart defending against Razor Ramon. With these two, obviously great contest, lots of back and forth. Two of the best workers in the business, ever, honestly. Let's be quite frank. I mean, these two seem to always just, put on bangers. Bret ends up retaining this one via a sharpshooter, but great contest. And then after this contest, right before we get to the Rumble, Bobby Heenan comes out and introduces the debuting Lex Luger, now going by the Narcissist. And he announced that Luger was there to, was here in the Fed now to eliminate Mr. Perfect. So, Luger's kind of there to kind of continue the was the ill feelings between Heenan and Perfect, that kind of started up around Survivor Series time. So now it's time for the Royal Rumble itself. So let's get into it. We will just list all 30 entrants in their order of entry. So we start out with Ric Flair, Bob Backlund out second, Papa Shango, Ted DiBiase, Brian Knobbs, Virgil, Jerry the King Lawler, Max Moon, Jinchuri Tenryu, Mr. Perfect, Skinner, Coco Beware, Headbanger Samu, Berserker, Undertaker, Terry Taylor, Damian Demento, Erwin R. Shyster, Tatanka, Jerry Saggs, Typhoon, Head Shrinker Fatu, Earthquake, Carlos Colon, Tito Santana, Rick the Model Martel, Yokozuna, uh, Rocket Owen Hart, Repo Man, and the Macho Man, Randy Savage. So those were all 30 in their order of entry. Also remember, this is the first year where the Rumble winner is going to be awarded a championship match at WrestleMania. So there's a little more riding on the Rumble this year than in previous years, aside from the actual title was online. But anyway, so our order of elimination up to the final four. First one out, Papa Shango, then Brian Knobbs, Max Moon, Ric Flair, Skinner, Jerry Lawler, Virgil, Mr. Perfect, Samu, Tenryu, Terry Taylor, Coco Beware, DiBiase, Berserker, Taker, Typhoon, Demento, Fatu, IRS, Tatanka, Carlos Colon, Earthquake, Tito, Sags, Owen, and Repo. So that takes us to our final four, who are Bob Backlund, Rick the Metal Martel, Yokozuna, and the Macho Man, Randy Savage. So from our final four, Martel and Backlund go out. That leaves us with just Yoko and Macho. Before I go on to the winner of this year's Rumble, let's go over some of the key Rumble numbers we do each time. Fastest eliminated in this Rumble was Terry Taylor, 24 seconds. Most eliminations in this Rumble was Yokozuna, who has had 7 eliminations. Longest time in the Rumble was Bob Backlund. He was at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 10 seconds, which is a new Rumble record. So now on to the finish. The winner of the 1993 Royal Rumble and the man going on to WrestleMania 9 to receive a championship match was Yokozuna. But, you know, great for Yoko, but the finish in and of itself was really dumb, in my opinion. It made Savage look so stupid. So let me go into that real quick. Savage goes up and drops his big elbow on Yoko. He then goes to cover Yokozuna. Yoko then power kicks out, launching Savage all the way up from the canvas, up over the top rope to the floor. I mean, I get you want to make Yoko into this big monster heel and show his power and his, this is the unstoppable Yoko. You made Savage look like an absolute idiot. A veteran like Randy Savage would know not to go for a cover. The whole, oh, it's so ingrained in him, blah blah blah. Like the way they tried to make it, make sense, just doesn't. um, but anyway, I digress. It was great for Yoko, to help solidify him and make him this credible challenger at Mania 9. But at what expense? I mean, like I said, you make Randy Savage look like an absolute idiot by doing it the way you did it. So anyway, in terms of Hall of Famers on this show, a lot of them. We actually had 24 Hall of Famers involved in this broadcast. You had, Tito, Jimmy Hart, Sherry, Brett, Lawler, Perfect, Fuji, the Nate, Coco, DiBiase, HBK, Yoko, Backlund, Carlos Colon, Paul Bearer, Razor, Rikishi, Macho, Boss Man, Papa Shango, Charles Wright, Godfather, whatever you want to call him, I don't care. The Steiner brothers, Taker, IRS. I mean, if we add in commentary, interviewers, et cetera, it gets us up to 28, actually, because you had Gorilla, Heenan, Okerlund, and Fink on the show as well. So very, very heavily Hall of Fame laden show. All in all, this is a very good show. The undercard was good. Like I said, tag match was pretty solid. Boss Man and Bigelow delivered. IC match was good. Title match was good. Rumble itself, aside from the finish, was strong. So 10 belts. This is an 8. So there you have it. So you know, that'll do it for this one. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Take care of one another. I'll see y'all when I see you.